Well, hey, Journey family, thanks so much for tuning in with another Monday Minute with Pastor Mike. And as we're in this Christmas season, we've been looking at the key verse of Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. It talks about who Jesus is and the gifts that he gives to us through his Son. That he is our wonderful counselor, he is our mighty God, he is an everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace. And we've looked so far at the ideas of what does it mean for Jesus to be our wonderful counselor and mighty God. But today I want to talk to you about him being our everlasting Father. I think that's such an important term that when we think of all the words and all the ways to describe God, Father is probably one of the most personal ones. We can think of God being as a judge, God being this rock or defender or deliverer, but when we say that he is our Father, it becomes so much more personal to us. He's not just the God up there, but he's the God that resides in here, in our hearts. And when we use the word everlasting Father, really what it's telling us is that he offers us a love that is unconditional. Now maybe you've lived your whole life thinking that love is attached to conditions. That I love you because you look like this, or I love you because you do this for me, or I love you because of the position that you have. But in reality, unconditional love says, I love you just because. And we see this proven over and over again in the life of Jesus. God loved us so much unconditionally that he brought his Son from heaven to earth for you and I. He loved us unconditionally that he gave up his life on the cross for our sins. And he loves us unconditionally that he rose again and promising us that we too can experience resurrection power in heaven. And so this year, this Christmas, this week, I want us to go beyond the perceptions of who God is and approach him as our everlasting Father, always loving, always accepting, and that we could call him our everlasting Father.